everyone.
Hello.
Hi.
Can we say Merry Christmas?
Say Merry Christmas. Happy
Christmas.
Merry
holidays.
Xmas. What's politically correct anymore?
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Robert,
Yeah.
when have you ever been politically correct?
That might be a problem. I don't think I've ever been politically correct.
No, you haven't.
I tried to be.
let me speak for at least me. Merry Christmas.
Me too.
I'm with Marcy.
Yeah, we're
Merry
having our
Christmas.
Christmas party today, aren't we?
Yes, we
Yeah.
are.
So it's all fruits, berries, and melons. And if you believe that, that's okay. You know, we were getting ready to have some. Actually, there's a new juice bar tomorrow. I've got to go down and kind of give her a last little thing. She's an old client down in Punta Gorda. She's opening up a juice bar and this new age bicycle shop type thing, some type of wild thing. So I was looking to take her some fruit to juice. And, you know, this was the smallest one I could find.
Put that up to your forearm.
Oh,
You get
carrot
an idea.
juice, brother. Look at that baby.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and this was just a little one. I got this up at the Amish where they have produce and stuff. And I'm
Oh, my
going,
goodness.
did you guys grow anything bigger? These things are a little too small. I can't, my juicer. Pretty big. This reminds me of Finhorn. I don't know if you guys ever heard of Finhorn, Scotland, but this lady had I was telling people about this years ago. This lady had a spiritual guide that told her to move to Finhorn, Scotland, which is kind of a sandy area, and start growing vegetables. And she says, "What?" And she did. Now there's a university on Finhorn. There's this would be a unripe carrot.
This
in
would be a
Finhorn.
baby.
This
Oh
would
my
be a baby at
goodness.
Finhorn.
Yes.
The carrots I've seen at Finhorn are just friggin' like, and the lettuces
Lettuce
are
leaves.
huge. It's like, and there's all gnomes and divas and stuff like that helping them. Cool stuff, huh?
Very
Yeah.
cool.
Damn.
That'll do some damage.
We've got our new God Worlds chart done, thanks to Jenny here. So we're in the works of putting that together for
That
you,
was
so you
fun.
have an understanding of the different worlds that you can travel through and have fun with, and you're a part of. What do we want to tell them?
I don't know. Enjoy themselves, I guess.
Enjoy yourselves for
Yeah,
Christmas.
The holidays, yeah.
Yeah, some of them out there has been working hard.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of them that are fruits, berries, and melons strict because of their seriousness of their issues, of course, and you all are doing very well. And from our hearts as practitioners, we want to thank you all, and we want you to know we're always with you. Even though our clinic is here and we do phones and Skypes and things like this, we want you to know we love you. And that we know some of you are suffering bad, and our hearts are in there with you, and we're working it with you. And good or bad, you know, sometimes as a practitioner, you don't want to get too emotionally involved, but you know, all humans, we're all plants, all animals, we're all part of that one. So that's why a true healer always has compassion for all life. And you always want to build that in yourself. Have compassion because we all come from the same source. Just because we look different, why would God create the same thing over and over and over? It wouldn't. It would create endless individualities, varieties of differences. Because wouldn't you? Of course you would. So the beauty is that.
I took an art class for the very first time, oil paintings, and this isn't going to go out before Christmas, is it?
Probably, but yeah.
Okay, they aren't Christmas presents.
Don't tell anybody.
But I had so much fun. It was therapeutic. It was relaxing. But if I had to paint the same picture over and over and over and over again, that would no longer be fun. It would no longer be therapeutic. So that's
Damn, that's an
just a kind
excellent analogy.
Yeah.
That's an excellent analogy.
She's good
And
with
that's
those.
what it's like when you dress two twins up the same. You know, it's like, excuse me, even though they're twins, they're still individuals. And you always want to foster the individuality of a person, because if not, you develop a socialistic view, and that's a view full of fear, uncertainty, you don't seem to know truth. The social consciousness is really the negative consciousness. You know, the old saying, if you're not lead dog, the view's always the same. It doesn't mean you have to be aggressive, but if you're not driving your own car in your own journey and being fully conscious of it, who is?
Yeah. Well, they say that everywhere in the world there's a twin.
Don't they?
But even if you were to put those side by side, and not the twins you were speaking of, just
Right.
I had a friend tell me one time that there's a girl that looks just like you that I go to school with. I wanted to go out to that school so bad just to see what he thought I looked like. But that's off topic. Anyway, even if you were to put those side by side, they're still going to have different personalities. They're going to have different emotions. They're going to have different genetics. They're going to have different makeups. They're going to have different beliefs. So,
Yeah.
be an individual. You were created to be you. And if you get, it's just like detoxing the body. You detox the spirit and the soul, and you get to who you truly are, you just continue to climb.
Oh yeah.
I agree. Couldn't have said it better.
How you guys been doing? Good.
We're
You've had some
fantastic.
good cases. You guys have. These guys have won some incredible cases, guys, and that's what it's about. Is getting these individuals back into a state of wellness, and including yourself, and beyond. You want to regenerate your genetic weaknesses. You want to think about, even though this is an illusion pretty much, this is creation. One's here one day and gone the next. That's life here, birth, life, and death. Still, this is a consciousness here, a level of consciousness. And if we bring that up a little bit, I mean, the human consciousness has a lot to give. And I think if we infuse that like we're doing in helping people to understand how you truly get healthy, so our focus isn't always on our health, and we can go on and enjoy life in so many other ways. Think about this. A lot of people spend their whole life searching for health because they're so
Yeah.
sick.
Yeah.
Their money, their life, and they don't have any fun to do anything else. Health should be something you eat. That's it. That's your food. And you don't have to think about it. But when you eat wrong and you eat outside of the realm of the food that your body's designed to eat, this is where we're at. It's all about chemistry.
I agree. Well, I guess I would like to just say hi to my people and, have a wonderful holiday, Merry Christmas. And I don't think I tell them often enough, too, that how much I can learn from them, how much I really get from them as well. There's a lot of very spiritual people I've been able to communicate with. So, you're right. When we feel everything they do, we go through everything they do. We're in it with them, and, I'm with them 100%. I'm their cheerleader, and they touch my life too. So that's what makes this special.
That's why
as
you're
well.
a healer.
It's
That's why
not
you're a good
just,
healer. That's why
you
each
know-
one of you are good healers.
Yeah.
Because you have that heart, you have the awareness, you all know exactly how to get people well. You've had years of working around here and working with people, and you're all just kicking butt. I'm so proud of each and every one of you. I'm proud of our whole staff. We've done good. I mean, when you see the stress that we're under in trying to get this mission done, and I just want to tell you, the divine is happy too, because I can just tell you, with all the spiritual people I work with and masters and stuff, this thing's moving. It's moving. So
Yep.
I'm just telling you, I don't know, but it's moving.
Yeah, it's a really cool energy you get from some of these
Isn't
people.
it?
All of them, really, that I've encountered. It's just, it really makes this a lot of fun. It's awesome. Some real special people out there. And
Yeah.
the ones we still haven't met yet, I can't wait. So
Isn't that fun?
I like this, yeah.
Yeah.
This is great.
It's like I said, I always tell people that I'm working with that it's a nice little process that you go from almost that helplessness of not knowing what's going on, that fear, you're fear driven, and then you kind of get an answer and you start working on yourself. You start seeing how you start learning about your own body, and it's kind of a transformation where they're putting their health in your hands first. And then you slowly kind of push that ball back to them and say,
Yes.
no, this is you. This is your journey here. And, there's a point in which they realize that. And that is what makes all of it worth it. And I read
Especially when they grasp it, they really
It's
grasp it.
empowering.
and you can see there's like that fire that's lit with them, and they start going after this information on their own. It's not just the information that you're feeding, it's just,
Beautiful.
there's one cool little quote that I found too that kind of goes on doing what you love, and there was, what was it? I'm trying to think of it right off the top of my head. Memory's not too good.
Oh no, we have another Marcy that's not good with quotes.
There-
He needs to
where's
take
it?
his
It was-
brain and nerve today.
You have to find a career that you don't have to take a vacation from.
Mm.
And that's like, that's pretty good.
Mhm.
And that's
Yeah.
like, this is what I think all of us here, we've kind of found that, and it's nice passing that on, and it just seems genuine. Everyone that I've talked to not that we're trying to, pass anything off, but that's the biggest thing I always hear from people. It's like, you can really feel that you're speaking from your heart there.
Yeah.
So,
I talked to
When-
a gentleman up in north with prostate cancer pretty bad, and he's grabbing it himself. He's writing his own protocols now, and that's really what it's about: is grabbing your own health in your own hands. This idea of relying on someone else to your health and your life into someone else's hands, risky, real risky, and a lot of people lose that bet. So it's always good to gain the awareness and knowledge. Test us, ask us, challenge us, understand what we're teaching you, and understand why it's so important, and why that lymph system and why acids are the problem. When you get it, it's you got it. And then fixing yourself is just a process, and once you're done with that, you've got a new life like the sun just came out, as bright as a clear day.
Best thing you could do for someone is teach them how to not need medicine.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yep.
So,
That's a good one, and get off of that ridiculous idea that you need medicine. It's too bad they took opium and the other things away. Now exchanged them for a highly refined narcotic. So instead of opium, now we have refined morphine, which that's all in the line of heroin and all of that. And you notice that when someone goes on morphine sulfate in, say, a hospice or something, that pretty much ends their life.
well, there's a, I think it's called Soma, and doctors are very limited, not limited, but they're restricting how many people they put on it, because in Florida especially,
Yes.
people are driving all over the place, half asleep.
Oh yeah.
I drive an
Oh, yeah.
hour back and forth to work every day, and there's at least one accident every single
Oh, I
day.
bet. I bet.
over where I'm at, about an hour south of here, there was the busiest intersection of the city I'm in. There was a guy who fell asleep at the wheel at a red light right next to me, and luckily there was an undercover police officer right behind. He about, damn near broke the glass trying to wake him
Wow.
up too.
Wow. Wow.
Just
This is the point of these medications and stuff, just are tearing the nervous systems down, bringing these systems down. That's not how you get healthy and well. You don't suppress or bring things down. You enhance, expectorate, and rebuild. And they just don't know that yet. I mean, we're just this planet seems to be trapped in this treatment-based thinking. Where if you got something, how do I treat that? Instead of looking at the whole of it all, wondering why that symptom exists. What's
Exactly.
causing that symptom?
It goes back to that hopelessness too, of feeling like I can't do anything about it. I just might as well take it and deal with it, and that's not the truth. People, it needs, it's just changing the thinking.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's a good
Well,
one.
the saddest part is the fact that it's not just doctors, allopathic doctors, that are treatment based to the symptom. It's getting to be naturopathics and everybody that's supposed to be in the health field. And I don't know how many times I have to keep saying to different ones I'm talking to, no, draw it back. Why? Why? The biggest three-letter word you could ask is why. Why is this? And it's not about symptoms, it's about systems.
Well, we all exchange information all the time, and we're each doing our own researches, and we share and stuff, and that's the point. And you're a lot like me in the sense that why to the end of the wall. And when you can't get another answer out of why, you've got as far as you can go. And we've tried to demonstrate, especially in level 2, and some of it all over YouTube, that in biochemistry today, you get right up to that wall real quick. And you just can't go any further in the attempt to understand. You have to pull back to understand, not get deeper into nano levels. You start getting more fractional, you start getting more deeper away from truth. It isn't that the more pieces you understand the whole. It doesn't work that way. The pieces that you go looking is now fractionalizing yourself. And you keep going into these fractional thinking, these small little areas of subatomic and nano levels. You can't find the truth without pulling back and seeing how everything works. Look at the ingestion of the chemistry. What kind of chemistry is initiating the action in the human body? Or your high protein diet? Was it a fruit and berry diet? We don't even consider all these factors or cofactors in biochemistry well.
And not only that, but a lot of research hasn't even been done.
Yeah, no kidding.
Instead of bringing down fruits, we should be studying the benefits of them for you and what happens in the body and this, that, and the other thing. Instead, we're too busy trying to, or certain ones are too busy trying to tear it down and misalign it. And
It's almost like they're trying to justify other things, you know,
Yeah.
just by tearing all the other stuff down. It
That's what I think. you
makes
know.
no sense, but
Yeah.
that's why we're here.
That's it.
Yep,
That's why they're here too.
exactly.
Because without your help, we're just four little people here teaching people how to get well and pulling them into the Wellville. But with you all, we can change the planet, and that's just what's going on. And that's why I said from the divine, there's this big smile out there because there's a big move around this planet thanks to you guys in reaching your hand out and helping your friends and your loved ones get well. Not always they listen, we know that, we get that, we have the same problems, and of course my family's all under the ground mostly except my sister, and so they never listen, but I didn't let it tear me up. You know, I figure if you're ready, you're ready, if you're not, you're not. We don't want to push anybody into doing anything, and you don't want to either. But if they're ready, give them the information and do it simplistically so they understand how easy it is to get well and how easy it is to understand how they got sick.
And I will say, do it in love. Because at some point, if they don't listen, there will be a point that they come back around and their experience is either going to draw them in or it's going to push them. I remember when somebody tried to push me into that, and they're gonna go like this again.
Yeah.
You want them to come around and say, you know what, I remember that, and I'm gonna look into it.
Yes.
You said something so good at the class. I'm probably gonna butcher it too with my awesome. Yeah, like I said, remember what you were talking about with the seeds and watering the seeds, planting the seeds. That was really good. That's kind of what I was. Do you remember that?
I use it all the time too, and I can't remember.
It's like a Johnny Appleseed thing, you know?
We're not all going to be harvesters. We're not all going to be planters. We're not all going to play the same role. Some people are going to plant the seed, some people are going to water it, and some people are going to gather it. So don't be frustrated if you're not all three. Very, very rarely is a person going to play all three of those roles.
Right.
Of course, we have to, but that's okay.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you said it because I was already thinking how I was going to say that, and it's a little bit off from that.
Hey,
But, yeah.
But
As long
that's
as
the
the
fun
point is-
part.
Who
It's
knows,
seeing
you
the
may have said
ripples
it
of
better than
everything,
I
too,
did.
So.
Probably not.
Yep.
Probably not.
You did good. So.
well, we've got a Christmas party to go to.
Yes.
Yeah, I have.
I'm telling
no
you,
idea
what time is it? It's
I
probably
don't know.
almost noon.
Don't think any of
So,
us wear watches. We use our phones. So.
I tried to do some videos
11:35.
this weekend, but this is a new camera and it's so state of the art. I'm not sure I know how to turn it on and off even. I'm pretty sure I know how to turn this off. He showed us,
Well,
but
he said the red button.
yeah, the red button. But that's easy to know. But I'm
Yeah.
saying I want
It
to.
should have come with its own little guide to
But I'm
turn
off
it
till
on.
Christmas with my clients, so I'm going to do nothing but video. So if you guys want to help me, and we'll do some videos, and probably have to go to my house and do some because you're going to have my office for a while.
Can make it
And
work.
I want to second what Jen said. Just to every one of my clients, and I'm sure Attila either will say it on his own or will second it. But you guys are incredible. I don't know how many times I've said, you know what, enjoy Christmas, and you're like, no, I'm pushing through. I'm pushing through, and I just am amazed at the tenacity
That's
that,
what you need,
that
though.
you guys have, and just you're doing awesome.
I guess I'll say something about mine then, because I feel bad now. But I had like 2 or 3 clients too that were we were making the recommendations and they kind of bumped elbows with me and they said, I'm not starting till after Thanksgiving or I'm not starting till after Christmas. Hey, not that far off. So hey, as long as you start, you can't kick yourself too hard.
Yeah.
You can't beat down on yourself too hard. 'Cause
You know, it really depends what you're going after. You know, if you're going after the C word, or you're in a chair with a serious neurological problem, you might want to start and then cheat for those days and keep on driving through because it's vital that you stay focused to get well. Some of you are fighting too much to get well. And I know there's a couple of you. I know I have one particular case, MS case, and she's fighting. It's been a couple of years, and I think she's fighting her demons and things that are deeper within. So you have to understand that each of us have been on long journeys, and we're more than just the body that you see. So there's a lot to an individual that one does not know or see, and could not probably know or see unless you could read their Akashic records. So you have to understand that some people have emotional and mental problems from past experiences, trauma, that they haven't come to rectify, and this lifetime is part of that rectification. And you just have to kind of work with that. I'll say that if you're one of those, you've got to let everything go in this world. It does not matter your emotions, your mind, you let everything go and hook to the divine and live in the now. You now have plugged yourself into the ultimate power of life, the divine itself. And that'll clear your karma out, that'll burn all this stuff away, and you'll get there quicker. If you struggle with your emotions and your mind, you're not going to go anywhere because you're struggling with finite bodies that have been conditioned. And there's nothing you can do about it except pull away and become more conscious away from those experiences.
And you never know what someone is dealing with.
Right.
You can take the worst case or example or attitude that you could think of. I was just reading something on Hitler the other day, and I was just like, oh my word. It's not that it excuses his actions, but it explains a little bit about why he became what he did. And you just never know what you're encountering on the other end of the phone, and why they may hit walls, and
Exactly.
why it may be so hard for them to stick to the diet. Those of you that are doing it, those of you that go out there and it's normal for you to do a 30-day water fast or a 40-day juice fast, don't ever look down on those who struggle to get through one day of fruits, because you don't know what they're dealing with.
I read something too with, just this lifestyle. I hate calling it a diet because
It
it's
is
a
a
lifestyle change, but it's
Yeah.
not about even being perfect in it. It's just being aware and making those conscious decisions to eat better, and you know why you're doing it. So it's not about perfection. We can't put ourselves on a pedestal with eating properly, and that changes energies and everything totally different. We don't want to mess with that. It's just really being aware of what you're doing.
Yeah, the
Don't-
id. That's what you have
Yep.
to watch out for, is the id, as Miss Young said, Carl Jung's wife. The id, the ego of the individual, and this is the thing, is letting that ego go. When you're trying to achieve God awareness, you have to let the ego go, which means you have to let. Ego doesn't always mean me. It means the individualized self. So if you want to experience the infinite, you have to let the individualized self go. You no longer can be Robert, the individualized self, if you want to experience the infinite. So what you have to change your perspective on that. Just a little jab on Hitler, if you will. He understood the world. He found out that the World Bank was financing both sides of the war. And of course, the World Bank then was predominantly Jewish. To understand why he got so angry that way. Because you have to understand the agenda of the World Bank. Most of you understand that. And so it's tied back again to the World Bank again. And this was on the History Channel. I couldn't
I
even
love
believe the
History
History Channel had this story on it.
Yeah.
Because very few people
Yes.
understand what the World Bank really is about.
That was on this weekend, wasn't it?
Yeah!
I was watching it.
You saw
I
that?
parked myself in front
Anyway.
of the TV. I know that's bad.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff
Yeah.
out there. Christmas party, here we go.
Yes, sir.
We
You're
love you
correct.
guys.
Yep. Love
Absolutely.
y'all.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.
Somebody hit the
Come
red
on.
button.